Hey, it's Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to Something to Wrestle With. Bruce Prichard. Bruce Prichard, my man. How are you, kind sir?
Hey, you know what, man? I'm all right. Been better, but I know that feels like ages since we've talked and since we've been able to record, and we're not 24 hours from what I'm about to talk about that I'd like to address, and so I'd appreciate it to those of you that are fans of the show and that have kind of really kept me alive in many ways through the last few years that I greatly appreciate. That I'm a very private person.
Mm-hmm.
I know that sounds weird. We do this podcast. We open up.
Not about real life.
Yeah. But sometimes, well, every day we deal with real life.
Yeah.
And as all of us do. So I lost my big brother Ken last night, and I've got four brothers: Jerry, Ken, Chris, and Tom. And we lost Ken last night, and it's been a long battle, and that Ken's been sick and been in a VA hospital and not doing real well, and so in a lot of ways it's a blessing, I'm glad he's out of pain. And that leaves those of us that are, left, to deal with that pain and deal with our own grief. And I just, for whatever reason, I just talked, and I'm really not up to doing a podcast right now. I've been dealing with this for a few weeks and different things, along with the crazy work schedule and everything else. And as I was driving home just now, and it hit me. You and I talked a little bit on the phone on the drive home, and it hit me just how much that outside, our real life and affects everything outside as well. And sometimes you don't appreciate what you have when you have it.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with Ken, man, because, we've been estranged for many years and had our ups, our downs, our good times, our bad times. But if it weren't for my brother Ken in many, many ways, man, Ken was responsible for getting us tickets to the first live wrestling match we ever saw in El Paso, Texas.
Wow.
Ken worked at the newspaper, and a guy by the name of, I believe it was Sal Perenez, was the front man for Gory Guerrero as the promoter in El Paso. And Ken used to wait and would get tickets. And we were able to go down and see wrestling, the Coliseum in El Paso, Texas. And I don't know, that set off a chain of events and a love for something that I've done for the entire rest of my life, and never wavered. So in his passing, I you tend to reflect, and you tend to look at your own life, and you tend to look at everything around you and how it affects everybody. And he left us, his brothers, left his wife, Tammy, who was by his side every fucking day, man. He left, his daughter, Angie, and his grandkids. And Angie was like a daughter to me in many ways. And it's just a little tough. And I just wanted to, I know, man, I haven't done this in a while, and I haven't I hadn't been there, but I did want to share this because I don't know why. Ken was, man, he was in the United States Air Force, trained dogs in Vietnam. And I still got a picture of him somewhere with his German Shepherd in Nam. The dog's name was Ichiban. But more than anything, to my kids, to my wife, and to everybody listening, man, don't take life for granted. Don't take those that you see every day for granted. Tell the people that you love around you that you love them. If you have a brother or a sister or a mom or a dad or somebody that was close in your life that you haven't talked to in a while, pick up the phone. Say hi. Tell them you love them. Because I guarantee you, life is too short for petty bullshit and not doing that. And there's really no excuse or no reason. You know, it only takes a few seconds to say, I love you. And if somebody helped you along the way, say thank you. It's crazy business that I've had the pleasure to be in. And as I reflect back, I wonder if I would be in this crazy business if it weren't for my brother Ken. So, thank you. And I love you. Thank you, Conrad. I love you.
And I love you too, buddy. And my heart goes out to you and your whole family. And I know that your brother's been sick for a while, man, but you can never really prepare for this. And I know we had made some plans and made some other plans. And I think that's the takeaway, right? He's no longer in pain. He's in a much better spot. But golly, right now it sure does suck.
It does, man. It hurts. And again, maybe I would have liked to have done some things different. And I'm just, if it falls on anybody and you go, hey, you know what? I'm in one of those, and you can say to somebody, thank you and I love you. And it goes a long way. So do that. Do it for me. And I wanted to say to everybody listening, it takes time to listen to this. Thank you, and I love you. I really and truly do. I appreciate people standing and waiting for us. Tez, if you're listening to this, man, I told you I was going to do something today. But that was before all this news hit. And to all the men and women that I have the pleasure of working with each and every week, thank you guys. And we'll be back with more. You know, it's WrestleMania season. My schedule's really extremely crazy, but we're going to make the time. And I apologize for the time I missed. His little insight as to the reason why. I wanted to share that with everybody and say thank you for bearing with us and hang on. There's a lot more to come.
Including a really big announcement really soon.
Yes. So we'll, it won't be like everybody else's big announcements where it's,
come on now. Will you stop?
What?
You just can't help yourself. Even when you're grieving, you still want to get a little dig in.
No, I'm just saying it won't be like, sometimes they've got a really big announcement
and then you don't. Yeah.
and then you don't, but we actually will. And, I hope everybody is excited about it, but,
they will
we
be.
are.
Yeah, we are. And they will be,
And it'll be good. We'll be back on the road again, as they say. But thank you for bearing with me. And just so Conrad, I just felt I needed to say something, and it's very selfish because it's helping me grieve.
Well, no, man, that's great. Listen, what subscribers of this show, myself included, we know, like, and trust Bruce. We love us some Bruce, and we're interested in your story, whether it's in front of the camera, behind the camera, or at home. And for you to be honest and open and transparent and vulnerable, dude, we couldn't ask for anything more. Thank you for taking the time today.
Well, thank you to everybody. And, I greatly love you all and appreciate each and every one of you. And, we'll be back talking us some wrestling and getting back into it. But I felt I need to let everybody know kind of a little bit what's going on behind the scenes. Don't like to do that just because I'm an old school, very private person, believe it or not. And, I just wanted to share. So
we're glad you did, man. Thanks for the update. And I hope everything turns out as good as can be expected. We'll be back before you know it.
All right, man. Thank you. Love you. And, rock on.
See you, buddy. Okay. So by now you figured out what's going on with Bruce. Unfortunately, we're going to be doing another megasode today. You can tell that Bruce is, not in the best condition to record, but boy, am I itching to talk about some great stuff that we had on the calendar. I still really, really want to talk about No Way Out 02, and I really, really want to talk about In Your House Final Four. We're going to fit them in, get some WrestleMania topics in, and pull the nose up on this thing in the month of March. Sorry that everything is shaking out the way it has, but well, you can tell Bruce is just not himself right now. So I appreciate all your support, your continued support. It was important to Bruce to put this message out there. And, man, I appreciate his willingness to just be open and honest and transparent with you guys. So, add him to your prayers if you don't mind. And by the way, it's not just Bruce. It's probably Tom, who most of you at least know about. Maybe you know personally from all that we do at Ad Free Shows or any of the other stuff that he does. And we just all think a lot of Tom and obviously Bruce, and golly, our heart goes out to him right now. So keep the Prichard family in your thoughts and prayers, and let's let the good times roll, man. We got some good topics here rolling, and we've gotten a lot of great feedback from the megasode. So hope you're enjoying this one, and we'll try to catch you again next week with something fun. Hopefully Bruce will be in a better mood, and we'll have some laughs. Thanks for all your support, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.